From humble street food to royal feasts, the journey of your favorite meals is more incredible than you know. This is the history of the dish. Ah, the Philly cheesesteak, America's sizzling, melty, greasy love letter to beef and cheese. If you've ever bitten into one, you know it's not just a sandwich, it's an experience. But how did this mouth-watering masterpiece come to be? Let's unwrap the delicious history of the Philly cheesesteak with a side of rivalry and a dash of city pride. Picture this: Philadelphia, early 1930s. The Great Depression was in full swing, jazz was hot, and so were the grills down on South 9th Street. Enter Pat Olivieri, a hot dog vendor with a dream and a griddle. One day, he decides to spice things up. Instead of making another boring old hot dog, Pat slices up some beef, tosses it on the grill, throws it in an Italian roll, and boom, lunchtime magic. Legend has it that a cab driver caught a whiff, pulled over, and demanded to know what Pat was cooking. He tried it, loved it, and the Philly cheesesteak was born. Pat thought, hey, maybe I'm onto something here. And soon enough, Pat's King of Steaks opened up shop. The lines grew longer than a Philly Eagles tailgate, and the locals couldn't get enough of that sizzling beef sandwich. But no great story is complete without a little drama. Enter Gino Vento, the man behind Geno's Steaks, who set up shop right across the street from Pat's in 1966. Yep, right across the street. You can't even get a parking spot between them. Thus began the most delicious rivalry in sandwich history. Pat's versus Geno's. It's the battle of the beef that still divides the city to this day. Pat's is old school, chopped steak, onions, cheese, and attitude. Geno's, flashy neon lights, thin sliced steak, and a sign that basically says, you're either with us or against us. Ask any Philadelphian which is better, and prepare for a passionate argument that might last longer than the sandwich itself. And of course, no cheesesteak discussion is complete without talking cheese. You've got your traditional provolone, your melty American, and, let's be honest, the king of gooiness, Cheese Whiz. Yes, that bright orange, unapologetically fake-looking cheese sauce. It may not be fancy, but oh, it's authentic. Order one Whiz Wit. That's local slang for with onions and cheese whiz. And you're officially speaking Philly. The cheesesteak quickly went from a local legend to a national obsession. Soldiers stationed in Philly during World War II took the craving home with them. By the time Rocky Balboa ran up the steps of the Philadelphia Museum of Art, the cheesesteak was as much a symbol of Philly pride as the Liberty Bell, except way tastier. Today you can find Philly cheesesteaks all over America, from New York delis to Vegas buffets. But ask any purist, and they'll tell you, the real deal only happens on South 9th Street, under the glow of those dueling signs at Pat's and Geno's. It's not just a sandwich, it's a rite of passage, a test of loyalty, and possibly a cardiovascular workout in disguise. So next time you're in Philly, do the full tour. Try Pat's, then cross the street to Geno's. Compare, debate, maybe even order a second round. You know, for research. And if you want to make your own Philly cheesesteak at home, well, good luck finding a roll that measures up. But we've got you covered anyway. For the full recipe, the link is in the description. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Because just like a Philly cheesesteak, our channel is best served hot and a little over the top.